If you have a 2012 Chinese Yuan coin sitting in a drawer, an old collection, or even somewhere at the bottom of a box of foreign coins, you might want to take another look at it. Because while most examples of this coin are not worth anywhere near $1,000, a genuinely unusual specimen with a major mint era, rare variety, or exceptional condition could be far more interesting to collectors. And today on $1 Million Coin, we're going to uncover the complete story behind the 2012 China Yuan coin, including its design, history, metal, specifications, errors, authentication, collecting demand, and the truth behind those incredible four-figure valuations. The first thing we need to clarify is the name. This is a Chinese Yuan coin, not a 1 yen coin. The yuan is the principal unit of China's renminbi currency, while yen refers to the currency of Japan. The coin we're examining was issued by the People's Republic of China and belongs to the modern circulating Yuan series that began in 1999. The 2012 issue is part of what collectors commonly identify as the Chrysanthemum Yuan series. One side displays the denomination, written as one Chinese letter, together with Yuan and the year 2012. The opposite side features a beautiful chrysanthemum design surrounded by the name of the People's Bank of China. The design is simple enough for everyday use, yet distinctive enough to make the coin immediately recognizable to collectors of modern Chinese currency. The coin is approximately 25 millimeters in diameter and weighs around 6.1 grams. It is made from nickel-plated steel rather than gold, silver, or another precious metal. This is an important fact because the coin's value does not come from the intrinsic value of its metal. Its potential collector value comes from rarity, condition, errors, varieties, historical significance, and demand. The edge is also worth examining carefully. The standard type is known for repeated incused RMB lettering around the edge. This feature can be particularly useful when comparing an example with authenticated specimens or investigating a suspicious coin. And now we come to one of the biggest questions. Does the 2012 China Yuan actually have a $1,000 value? The answer is more complicated than many online videos suggest. An ordinary 2012 Yuan coin is generally not a $1,000 coin. Current catalog and marketplace information indicates that normal examples can be found for only a small amount above face value, depending on condition and market. So if someone tells you that every 2012 Chinese Yuan is worth $1,000, that claim should immediately be treated with caution. However, that does not mean the coin cannot become valuable. In numismatics, the most important word is often exceptional. A normal coin may be common, but a rare error involving the same date and denomination can be a completely different collectible. Imagine a coin that was struck dramatically off-center. Part of the design could be missing, while a large crescent-shaped area of blank metal remains visible. A major, authenticated off-center strike can attract significant collector attention. Another possibility is a genuine double strike. If the coin was struck more than once, and the second strike created clearly visible overlapping design elements, the result could be much more interesting than an ordinary circulation piece. There are also struck-through errors, die breaks, die cracks, unusual planchets, and other manufacturing abnormalities. In especially unusual cases, coins can be struck on a planchet intended for another denomination or type. These kinds of errors can be extremely collectible because they provide physical evidence that something went wrong during the minting process. But here's the warning that every collector needs to remember. Not every strange-looking coin is a mint error. A coin can become scratched, bent, discolored, polished, chemically altered, or damaged after leaving the mint. Those conditions may look unusual, but they do not automatically make the coin valuable. This is one of the biggest mistakes made by inexperienced collectors. For example, if you find a 2012 Yuan with a strange color, don't immediately assume it is a rare mint error. The discoloration could have happened because of chemicals, environmental exposure, heat, cleaning, or another post-mint process. Likewise, if the coin appears slightly damaged around the edge, that does not automatically mean it was struck incorrectly. The question is always, can the unusual feature be explained by the minting process? That's why authentication matters. If you think your coin may have a major error, start by examining it without touching the surfaces unnecessarily. Check its weight with a precise scale. Measure its diameter. Examine the thickness. Study both sides under good lighting. Then inspect the edge carefully. Compare the coin with known genuine examples of the same type. Look at the lettering, look at the spacing, look at the chrysanthemum, look at the date. Look at the relationship between the design and the edge. If something appears dramatically different, that's when professional authentication may become worthwhile. And whatever you do, don't clean the coin. This is one of the most important rules in coin collecting. Do not polish it, do not scrub it, do not use metal cleaner, do not use abrasive materials, and don't try to make an old coin look brand new. Cleaning can leave permanent marks on the surface and can significantly reduce collector appeal. More importantly, if your coin really does contain an unusual minting characteristic, cleaning could destroy evidence that helps an expert determine what happened to it. Another important point concerns the mint mark. Collectors who are familiar with American coins may expect to find a letter identifying the mint. But the standard 2012 Chinese 1 yuan does not use a conventional visible mint letter in the same way many United States coins do. Therefore, claims about a mysterious letter or hidden mint mark should be investigated carefully rather than automatically accepted. The standard circulation type is catalogued as KM-1212 and belongs to the 1999-2018 series. There is also another interesting reason the year 2012 can cause confusion. China issued a separate 2012 commemorative 1 yuan coin celebrating the Year of the Dragon. That coin has a completely different design and should not be confused with the standard chrysanthemum 1 yuan. The dragon commemorative coin features imagery associated with the Chinese zodiac and is physically different in composition and weight. So when someone says they have a 2012 China 1 yuan, the first thing a collector should ask is, which design? That single question can prevent a major identification mistake. The history behind the standard 1 yuan is also fascinating. This coin was created primarily as circulating money, not as a precious metal collectible. Millions of ordinary people could encounter it during everyday transactions. It could pass through shops, markets, transportation systems, cash registers, and countless other places. That everyday purpose is what makes circulation coins so interesting. When the coin was new, most people probably never imagined that collectors would one day carefully examine its surfaces, weigh it on precision scales, study its edge, or search for rare production errors. But that's exactly what happens in numismatics. The manufacturing process itself can create rarity. A modern coin begins with prepared metal blanks or planchets. These are produced to very specific dimensions before being fed into coin presses. Dies containing the coin's design strike the blank with enormous force. When everything works correctly, millions of coins can look almost identical. But if something goes wrong during production, the result can be different. A die can become damaged. A blank can be positioned incorrectly. A foreign object can interfere with the strike. A coin can be struck more than once. A planchet can be incorrect. And when such an error survives into circulation, collectors may eventually discover it. That's why the most valuable examples are often not valuable because they are old. They are valuable because they are unusual. Condition is another major factor. A heavily circulated 2012 1 yuan will naturally show scratches, contact marks, wear, and loss of original luster. A coin preserved in exceptional mint condition can be much more attractive to collectors. Professional grading companies can examine coins and assign standardized grades. Extremely high-grade modern coins can sometimes attract premiums, particularly when the design is popular and the population of coins at that grade is limited. But remember, a high grade alone does not automatically turn a common 2012 coin into a $1,000 coin. A valuable coin usually needs something more. It could be a major error, it could be a rare variety, it could be an exceptionally high-grade specimen with strong demand, or it could have a documented history that makes it especially desirable. This is also why you should never confuse an asking price with a real market value. Someone can list a normal coin online for $1,000, $5,000, or even $10,000. The dollars doesn't mean anyone will actually pay that amount. Collectors should focus on verified sales, reputable auction records, recognized catalogs, and authenticated examples. The difference between an asking price and a completed sale is enormous. So if you find a 2012 China 1 yuan online advertised for $1,000, don't immediately assume you have discovered a fortune. Investigate what makes that particular coin different from thousands of ordinary examples. Now let's talk about preservation. If you own one of these coins and want to keep it for your collection, store it in a proper coin holder made from archival-safe material. Keep it away from moisture, harsh chemicals, and unsuitable plastic materials. Handle it by the edges whenever possible. And most importantly, don't clean it. A natural, original surface is generally more desirable to collectors than a coin that has been aggressively polished. So what should you do if you believe your 2012 1 yuan is unusual? First, don't sell it immediately. Second, don't clean it. Third, document it. Take clear photographs of both sides and the edge. Record the weight and measurements. Compare it with known examples. Search for the exact feature rather than simply searching for 2012 China 1 yuan worth 1,000. And if the evidence suggests a genuine major error, consider having the coin examined by a professional numismatist or reputable grading and authentication service. The ordinary 2012 China 1 yuan may only have modest monetary value, but that doesn't make it unimportant. It represents a fascinating period in modern Chinese monetary history. It belongs to a long-running circulation design, carries the chrysanthemum symbol, and was produced during a period of enormous economic and technological change in China. And because it was a circulation coin, countless examples were handled by ordinary people. Today, collectors are preserving those pieces of everyday history. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. You don't always know which coin will become interesting. Sometimes the rarest-looking coin is just damaged. Sometimes a coin that appears completely ordinary contains a genuine minting error. And sometimes the most important discovery is simply learning how to tell the difference. So let's return to that $1,000 question one final time. Is every 2012 China 1 yuan worth 1,000? Absolutely not. Is an ordinary example likely to sell for anything close to that amount? Generally, no. Could an exceptionally rare, authenticated error or extraordinary specimen potentially command a much higher price? Yes, and that's where serious research becomes essential. The true lesson of this coin is not that every example is secretly worth a fortune. The real lesson is that you should never judge a collectible coin by its face value alone. Check the date, check the design, check the metal, check the weight, check the dimensions, check the edge, check for genuine errors, and above all, check the evidence. Because sometimes the difference between an ordinary coin and an extraordinary one is only a tiny detail created in a fraction of a second at the mint. And that tiny detail could be the reason collectors are willing to pay a premium. If you enjoyed this investigation into the 2012 China 1 yuan coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to $1 Million Coin, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next coin discovery. And if you have a 2012 Chinese 1 yuan in your collection, tell us in the comments what condition it is in and whether you have noticed any unusual marks, errors, strange edges, or other features. Share this video with another coin collector because the next valuable discovery could be sitting unnoticed in an old collection, a drawer, or a forgotten box of coins. And remember, in the world of numismatics, sometimes the smallest detail tells the biggest story.